Haven police have found a human torso hidden inside an abandoned building. It's the latest development in this ugly mystery of some body parts that have been scattered across downtown New Haven. Investigators have been at this latest scene all day. It's at 274 Crown Street, right near George Street. Police say that area is a known hangout for homeless people. It's just a few blocks from State Street. That's where the human legs and arms were found earlier this month. News 8's Stephanie Galehard live for us in News 8 Control tonight with the very latest. Stephanie?
Darren, with each passing day, this case gets more bizarre. Investigators are now trying to determine if the torso belongs to that same victim.
We hear of profilers and how they take evidence from a crime scene and try to match it with somebody. I think it's much too soon in the investigation. Certainly information that I haven't gotten yet, but you never know if that's coming into play.
Especially now, after a human torso was discovered in an abandoned building on Crown Street. Investigators are trying to figure out if it belongs to Ray Roberson. The 54-year-old's severed legs and arms were discovered near the State Street train station on July 15th. Roberson was homeless. Police say a tip from New Haven's homeless community prompted them to search two vacant Salvation Army buildings early this morning.
At this time, although it seems probable that these cases are linked, at this time they are being treated as separate cases until that forensic evidence.
This gruesome discovery is especially alarming for people who work nearby.
It's scary to think about. You think you're safe and hopefully not lulled into a false sense of security being in right downtown New Haven, but it's scary to realize that it can happen anywhere.
My biggest fear is that there's someone walking around killing, like the homeless people. I mean, people are, in need of things.
Well, I actually live right over where the legs were found, so I mean, as I said before, I think if this leads to, a further investigation so we can find out how this happened, who did this, I think that would be good to know, and hopefully it's not a reoccurring thing.
The remains are now with the medical examiner. Those results will then go to the state crime lab. It would be several days before we learn of these findings. If it's determined that the torso is Robertson's as well, keep in mind there's still a head and hands out there somewhere. Reporting live in News 8 Control, Stephanie Galehard.
Stephanie, thanks. Here's a breakdown of where we are in this thing tonight. Ray Roberson was last seen alive in May. His legs and arms were found July 15th. Last Monday, July 27th, police officially identified the legs. Today, police identified those arms as well. We have a picture of this man. This is 54-year-old Ray Roberson. Police say he was homeless, spent his time in New Haven. Now the medical examiner will determine if what was found today is his torso. Police tell us they got a tip that Roberson may have spent time in that building where those remains were found.